Hello everyone and welcome to Wednesday. I'm starting to vlog off with, is this lunch? Is this lunch at 3:30? It's been a weird day, we'll talk about it. I hate this stove. I hate it. I hate it so much. Very specifically, I hate one part of it, and it's this burner. This burner is bad and dumb. It doesn't work at all until you get to 7. I mean, I'm talking, it does not work until you get it. From 1 to 6, you can tell that it's warm. Nothing starts sizzling in this pan at all until 7, and it makes me very upset. Anyway, we're doing some breakfast-ish, lunchy thing. I got eggs, and I've had to kind of like pause them because these are taking so long, because it took so long to get this even started, although we're finally getting somewhere. But we got potatoes, eggs, and some toast. I wish we had some bacon, but we do not. Well, these are finally starting to get some color on them. Took long enough. Anyway, yeah, we woke up late. I went to bed late. What happened was last night I ended up falling asleep on the couch. I ended up falling asleep on the couch after dinner. I just got super tired, and I can't tell if I am having some, vaccine booster symptoms and I'm getting tired again because of it, or if it's because I just haven't really been sleeping super well, which is true. I haven't been sleeping super well. I haven't been getting quite enough sleep as I've needed, just because we've been busy in the last few days. So I don't know which it is. I'm not sure yet, but I fell asleep on the couch for a while. And when I woke up, I was like, oh crap, it's late, but I'm not super tired now, and there's some stuff I wanted to do, so I ended up going to bed late as a result. But it's fine, and we're moving into like Christmas weekend, and I'll be catching up on sleep anyway, so it's not like a big deal, but certainly made today a little interesting. We're starting late as a result, but soon we'll get some food in us, and then finally get back to work. So today was actually super productive. I got a big handful of vlogs done. Also very productive for Dan, who got the next episode of Skyrim done. And if you haven't seen the new episodes of Skyrim, you absolutely owe it to yourself to check them out. The only problem is, let me pull up an example here. And I know you're going to be seeing this from the phone. If that's all this is about, we might be able to figure this out here. Yeah, it's being exacerbated a little bit because I'm just pointing a phone at the screen, but it doesn't look great. And for those who are not aware, the first stream that we did of Skyrim Anniversary caused problems. It caused us some problems because we've had the stream box for going on nearly 3 years, and we set it up in such a way at the beginning where we could stream but also record with completely separate settings. And that is how I prefer to do things. We are streaming to Twitch with the most quality that we can stream to Twitch with. But in my opinion, that's not enough for on-demand content. So I have recorded at a completely different setting. And it's very rough on the computer because you're asking the computer to do two different things. You're asking it to encode twice. Encode once for Twitch and encode a second time for the recording. But the reason I do that is because Twitch gets the best possible experience they can get. And then if you were to watch it on YouTube, it will look even better. And there's going to be experiences like specific games and stuff where you're not going to be able to tell, where it'll be the exact same. I understand that. But sometimes it'll be different. There's moments in Breath of the Wild with a lot of motion, a lot of on-screen stuff, etc., that the Twitch stream kind of went, I don't know what to do. And we had it saved in the recording, and it looked great. Skyrim is the first time ever where the computer could not keep up. And my best guess as to why that happened is we were asking it to do a lot. It was a full screen first-person game, which means that the pixels themselves like every pixel was changing all the time because we're moving around and looking around at a lot of stuff. My face cam is on there, and then also we're asking it to do chroma key because it's keying out the background from behind me. So it's asking the computer to do a lot. Now, it should be noted, as a reminder, if you're not aware, the Streambox only streams. It doesn't play the game. I have another computer that plays the game, but it was still asking the computer to do too much. And I've noticed the seams cracking on the Streambox a little bit over the past year or so, just occasionally whenever we're asking it to do a lot of alert stuff. If we're asking it to do a lot of alert stuff while also doing more intensive games and stuff, we see some slowdown. And that's just because, you only have so much CPU power, and the Streambox doesn't even have a GPU in it. So it's entirely reliant on the CPU. And for most applications, it's fine. But sometimes it's asking too much of it. But Skyrim was the first time where, like, midstream, I had to change the settings. And because of that, this first stream, and maybe the second one, I can't remember, it looks bad because instead of having those two processes where we're like, please stream using these settings and please record using these settings, we couldn't do it. We were like, we couldn't get the stream going. So I was like, all right, screw it. Just record at whatever the stream encoder is, and it produces results like this. So this is indicative of what people see on Twitch, but you can't change what people see on Twitch. Like, there's certain settings that, like, this is the best you can do for Twitch, and that's it. But on the recording side, you can, and the fact that I couldn't use it really killed me. Now, I got it figured out, though. Because, as it turns out, and I only learned all of this pretty recently, like, this is stuff that I've never had to deal with on, like, the video editing side, like all of my background and stuff and all of this. I haven't had to deal with these particular this environment and these settings. This is all stuff I've learned recently. One of the things you can do in OBS is, if you don't have a lot of raw power, if you don't have the CPU usage to do what you want to do, you can achieve the same level of quality at the cost of disk space. So what happened is I ended up fixing this for later Skyrim streams where we have recordings that look just as good as we've ever done them. But it costs me because normally let's say like a 4-hour stream, usually in the neighborhood of like 15 to 30 gigs. It's usually in the neighborhood of that. But with these new settings, it really ballooned. Like 50 to 70 is the norm, and I know it could get higher depending on exactly what we were doing. And that's a big increase, that's a 2 to 3 fold increase. But the files look the same. Like you basically choose the quality you want to hit, and then you just choose how you're going to get there. Like, is it going to be CPU power, or is it going to be disk space? And disk space is the only way that we could do it. So you might be asking, well, how do you solve this problem? Hardware. It's the only way to actually solve this problem. We've hit a wall, and it's been a really good Streambox for 3 years, but I am starting to see like where the problems are. It's like, okay, if we want to do this, this, and this, that's asking too much of the computer. We have to come up with a different solution if we want to try and do those things. In the meantime, I can use the settings that I'm using, but again, it's spitting out files that are huge. And this is bad because, for one, storing big files sucks because I store all of these streams and they're, now taking up huge amounts of space. And then, of course, I'm trying to send a lot of this stuff over to Dan for editing, and it takes forever to upload and forever for him to download. So, and then he has to store it too while he's working on it. So it's not a great situation, but, I'm getting by. But I wanted to talk about that because if folks have watched the recent Skyrim stream highlight videos that Dan is doing, and you're like, oh man, they don't look so great. Eventually, when we get a little bit further in, they will actually they'll look really good. I mean, when you punch into like a small face cam, you're blowing that up, and that's always going to look a little wonky, but it won't look anything like this. Like they get so much better, and I'm happy about that. Also, if there's an interest in me doing like some sort of like bare bones beginner OBS tutorial, let me know. That's something you're interested in. If you're just curious about like how we have our stuff set up, how we stream and how we record, let me know, and I could certainly throw that together. It wouldn't be like crazy in depth. There are better places on the internet for that, but if you're just looking for like, how do you guys do it? I can tell you. I wouldn't mind. So let me know in the comments if that's something that that would interest you. For me, right now, I am tired, so I'm going to go get some sleep. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, let's meet back tomorrow, shall we?